Welcome back to the Daily News Network. It's time for Finding Your Frequency. And today, it's the need for speed with Brian Murie, who is actually a great cameraman. That's oversimplifying it. You've got DynaCam,
Yes.
and you do all kinds of aviation.
Yes, we do aviation work. Lately, we've been working for the military, but we work for charter companies. We're doing some work for air medical, which a lot of what we do and what we developed came out of the documentary film world. That's been my life for the past 20 years, is making documentaries. But an area that was very specialized and not well served was this aerial cinematography.
How'd you get there?
Oh my goodness, there's not enough time in the show. But we built the very first drone back in
the very first drone
for aerial cinematography.
Okay.
So that was in 2010. That was multiple companies ago. But in the garage of a country star who let us work there up in Nashville, I built a gimbal with some friends.
Okay.
And we flew it. We were all of the coolest cool for about 4 years, and then
now everyone's got one.
Now everybody's got one. And so,
but I'm guessing that yours is still the best.
What we did then, and what we learned back in 2010, we carried forward. Now we don't make it. It's made in New Zealand. But the specifications and the understanding, the tools that we needed to ask for, the understanding that we needed, it came from back in 2010 when we built those in that garage.
So why in a world where everything seems artificial these days, AI, right?
Yeah.
Where you can create videos that quite often blow my mind, what people can create.
Yeah.
Why go the other direction? I mean, you're talking about a massive investment, aren't you?
Yes. It is not an inexpensive thing to dive into that game. But reality, humans have a sixth sense for understanding what is really real. And documentary, sports, these things stand out, and they catch us in a way that nothing else can. When you see a feature film that was practically shot, Top Gun Maverick is a great example. We see things in that, and we can capture things with that nobody else can. And when you're trying to tell the story of an air medical group, or when you're trying to tell the story of our U.S. fighting forces, seeing that in real space with real cameras, it connects with us. It's not fake, it's real.
So what other applications are there? Or are you booked up solid with the aviation world? I mean, where's the growth side of this for
Where the
you?
growth side of it is, even more practical things like flying over after a storm. Disaster. Sometimes, we use drones for a lot of things, but you can't get a drone, 200 miles into a damaged area. Think about Mexico Beach here in Florida. It was so devastated. You couldn't get to the areas, but we could fly a helicopter or a plane over that and say that house right there was damaged. So that's a really practical use of it. The other part of it is, cinematography, where we are showing the most beautiful thing. We're doing work for air medical that is based right here in Jacksonville. Atlas Air is really neat company that's transporting people for critical care here to Mayo. We're telling their story in a very real way.
That's it. You're telling stories, and you're trying to tell them well.
Yes.
What's a story that stands out that you've told recently?
The Navy and Marines 250th celebration.
Oh, wow, I bet that was
so
something.
we made a feature-length documentary about the Navy and Marines.
You do that too?
We do that too.
Documentaries?
Full-length documentary.
Okay.
We used our tools, we used our capabilities, but my wife wrote much of the content, and we met the military. We put a team, we had over 120 people at one point, all working to tell those stories. Not just using aerial cinematography, but practical, traditional.
Is there a growth area there for you, or are you primarily in the military end of that, or is there another space that you can grow into?
Anywhere where we can practically tell a very special story. That's a growth area. When we can come in and tell Atlas Air's story, when we can come in and tell Boomerang Air, a charter company right here in Jacksonville, we get beautiful images, but tell that story in a practical way that people can connect with.
So practical and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's our job.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for coming in and telling us the story. Where can people connect with you?
DynaCamTeam.com.
DynaCamTeam. And that encompasses everything. That's the
Yeah,
camera.
that tells you everything that we're up to at this time and on, the typical social media stuff. But DynaCam Team, we're constantly updating the video there.
And are you a Jacksonville guy?
We're Jacksonville. I went to UNF.
You're kidding.
I went away, worked in country music, making music videos for about 15 years. And then when our kids were almost grown, we said, let's go back to Jacksonville. That's the place we really love.
And so how's it been?
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it here.
And there's so much here for what you do.
Yeah. It is as a hub
Yeah.
for a place to reach Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, Nashville. All of it's within reach, and we have a beach, which Nashville did not have, and I really missed.
All right, Brian. They'll find you at DynaCamTeam.com. And of course, we'll put all that in the show notes. And Brian's going to come back and bring some cool video. Well, he just found out that he's going to bring some cool video for our next conversation. And we'll see you again on Finding Your Frequency.